Okay, so before I get started in this week's video, I wanted to ask you a question about the seat. Are you interested in seeing how I create the hump at the back of the seat for the Cafe Racer look? There's two different styles of humps which I would probably create. One is quite a high raised hump and the other one's a slimline. I'll put an image of both of the styles that I was looking at either doing, and you pick between the two and just throw in the description box which one you prefer, the raised or the slimline. If I get enough interest in this, I will shoot a video on how to do it. It wasn't something that I was thinking about doing for this particular bike. However, there's two ways I could go about it. One is making it so that it clips on somehow onto the existing seat, or I could do it the other way and create a whole new seat so that I can just take the seat off by one screw and then place it back on again with the new hump style. And basically that will convert it from a two-seater, if you could maybe fit two bums on there, I don't know. So yeah, going from a two-seater to a single-seater, which would basically come to here and then either have the hump somewhere, however it would work. But I'll make it out of cardboard. I'll do a quick design on how to do it first and then make it from steel or fiberglass or foam or however I'm going to actually create it, but show you how to do it. That not necessarily I'll be using on this bike, but I will have the option depending on how it turns out. If I like it, then I'll use it. Hey, I might even like it more than this one. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to try and figure out where exactly I want my rear sets to sit, and I know I want them kind of back here somewhere, but exactly where I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I've got this bit of flat bar here with a few holes in it. I'm just going to cut it down the center and pretty much put this end in here, and that'll give me something to sort of adjust, I guess, in a way, to figure out where I want them. When I say adjust, I just kind of mean I'm just going to get a bit of angle, bit like this, I guess, and just weld it to here and have it sit on the top of the motorcycle table. And if I need to adjust anything, what I'll do is I'll just cut this bit of pipe, I guess foot peg length, and then just attach it here, like weld it onto the actual flat bar, and just tack it with one little tack at the top, because all the pressure is going to be with my foot pushing down. So just one little tack there, sit on the bike, and then just put my foot there and sort of sit there for a while and see if I can sort of get comfortable with that position. And if not, then either forward, back, or I can basically chop the bottom of this angle here, bring it down, try a different position, forward, wherever it can be. It's going to be a little bit of playing around to try and get it right, but I want to get these custom made. Maybe, I don't know, I could buy just a generic set, but I'm thinking about getting a custom set made. So if I do that, I'll need to make the back bracket fit wherever I want it to sit. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm just about to cut this in half now. So straight down the middle there, and I'm just going to cut a bit of angle that's going to be long enough to go from here down to the deck. Kind of feels good there. I wouldn't want it any further up, that's for sure. If anything, I may go down a tad, but I think for this direction, I think that's pretty good. If you compare where the original one was, which was there, and the peg sits about here where this is, that's quite a bit of difference from there to there. However, it is a lot higher. So like I said before, I might take this down a tad and that will bring that level. That's why I made it like this, so that I can adjust it. Not really adjust it, but if I just chop a section of this out and then I can lower that down to almost level to where this is, and then try that and see if that's any better than what it was just then with me sitting on it, and just try a couple of different options and see how I go. I'm really happy with the amount of stuff that I've been able to get done to this bike so far. I started working on getting the rear set positioning right. I sat on the bike a few times for a little bit of time just to try and get a feeling of if that's where I want it to sit. I'm still not 100% sure, so I'm going to leave that for now, and I'm going to move on to the tires and the wheels. So what I want to do here is I'm going to take this tire off. Actually, I'm going to take the entire wheel off, take the chain off, and get everything basically off from that point. I'm going to jack up the entire bike with this stand here, just to make it nice and secure, and then probably put those straps somewhere here so it actually locks it sort of onto the actual hydraulic lift table. The front wheel I'm also going to take off as well and get them both blasted and primed and powder coated. This one, it's got a few little chips, nothing major, but I just want to get rid of that red strip. And on the back one, it is a little bit of a problem child, nothing I can't fix, but if you can probably see that from where the little white mark is there, you can see there's a flat spot, and that I'm going to get repaired. So mid-conversation and my battery dies. What I was trying to say was I'm going to get that wheel repaired, and once that's repaired, and then I'm going to put the rubber on and stand back and look at it and just sort of decide on what I want overall in the way of colors and look. Once the tires are on, it's going to give it that appearance as almost a finished bike. At the moment I've kind of got a road tire on. Yes, it does look good, but it hasn't got a front tire on. And by me putting two totally different tires on the bike gives me a better understanding of what the bike's going to be in a finished product. And I just kind of, I could get a few other things powder coated as well. The thing is, when you go and get something powder coated, you may as well take it all in at once. Yes, that's a great idea. However, I feel that if you do things in stages, if you do decide to change your mind at any point, say for instance if I was to get, say, the frame powder coated, or say for instance if I was to get the battery box powder coated, or this little box that I created in here, if there's anything that I wanted to do, modify, change on that at a later stage, I'm gonna have to go through the process of grinding that powder coat off, doing the changes. If that means welding, it means you're gonna have to grind a fair bit of powder coating off because it bubbles and goes to crap. Then you have to go and get it sandblasted again. It does create more work, more cost, and if you don't have to do it straight away, just leave it and do the things that you know that you're going to work on first. For instance, once I do the wheels, I know I'm going to be happy with the color they're going to be, and I'm not necessarily going to change them again. So I can do that and be 100% confident that I'm not going to change the color of the wheels. Yeah, that's just a little tip from me if you do decide to do this, and that's what I recommend, but you can do whatever you want because it's your bike, it's your build, it's your project. I'm just telling you how I do mine because it might help you in the way you do yours. That I've got that pretty much fully secured. I've overdone the ratchet straps purely because I just don't want it to get knocked or bumped, or anyone that walks through here. That could have been perfectly fine as it is and with the stand at the back, but I just wanted to put an extra one at the back there. So that's secure, and now it's just a matter of taking the wheels off and just suspension and whatever I need to do. Basically, I just think I just need to take the wheel off. So it's just a matter of brakes, chain, and axle, and do what I need to do just to get that wheel out. And then also on the front. So I'll leave the swing arm there for now, but I will need to replace that disc. That disc is pretty bad. And yeah, I just want a nice new one anyway. So now that the wheels are off and it's all stripped down to where it is now, I am going to take those rotors off. Those ones are going in the bin. These ones I can keep. They're pretty good. And I'm going to get the wheels obviously fixed, then get new tires after they get powder coated, probably in a satin black or something along those lines. And I wanted to ask, what has been, I mean, I've given this bike the nickname the Spaghetti Monster, and it's been a bit of a running joke just purely because of the amount of mess that I have to clean up, and I'm kind of, wiring is not my fun thing to do, let's just say that. So it's going to be kind of a daunting process for me, but this build has been pretty awesome. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've gotten it from where it was, just came off the truck. I don't know if you've seen my first videos, when I was basically recording with my iPhone. Now I'm using a DSLR. The sound and the video has been getting a lot better. Hopefully you've noticed that. And the lighting, I'm still working on the lighting. But I wanted to ask you, what has been the most exciting part of this build? Like, what have you enjoyed the most out of everything that I've done to it so far? From obviously the front end conversion, I've changed the tank, I've cut down the frame, and made the hoop at the back. I've redone the foam seat. I've made an electrics tray that sits under here, battery box that sits in there that's hidden away. I've even done a solenoid box sitting in there. What out of all those things has been the most, I guess, exciting to watch? Just gives me an idea on what you guys enjoy or what you want to see more of, and what would you like to see more of if you don't actually have something specific that you liked more than the other. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing in this entire build process. But for now, I'm going to get these rotors off and get them ready for powder coat.